Kentucky provides two ways to get compensated. The first is through PIP, and that is the coverage on your vehicle. PIP stands for Personal Injury Protection Coverage. So under Kentucky law, if you're going to sell insurance in Kentucky for motor vehicles, that policy has to have two things. It has to have liability coverage of at least $25,000, and it has to have $10,000 of PIP, Personal Injury Protection Coverage. You can buy additional PIP. So it's called, the other word for PIP or phrase is Basic Reparation Benefit, BRB. So the BRB benefit is the one that is mandatory. It's $10,000. You can get ARB or Added Reparation Benefits in $10,000 increments. So instead of having $10,000 worth of PIP, you can have $20,000 worth. PIP coverage is on every vehicle in Kentucky. So if you're driving around a vehicle in Kentucky that is insured, you have PIP. And what PIP does is it tries to accelerate those items which are in most need of being quickly resolved, and that's your medical expenses, making sure that you have some coverage to pay the medical bills, and then secondly, that you have a reimbursement component for lost wages. Again, because Kentucky has not amended their statutes since it was passed, I think in the 80s, that is a very low benefit. It's $200 per week. Most people make more than $200 per week. The comeback is, well, it's just there to help. So if you lose, a month of work, 4 weeks, or you get $800 from PIP. Now, the difference between what you really lost, let's say you're making $500 a week, and your $500 a week now has been reimbursed at a rate of $200 per week, leaving you with a $300 lost wage component. That is recoverable against the person that caused the wreck, the tortfeasor, as we say in the law. So that difference, again, between PIP, what PIP paid, and what you're entitled to is recoverable there. Now, PIP does not pay future lost wages. If you're at the point of settlement, you're unable to go back to work for a period of time, you would go to your doctors. I would go to your doctor and say, can you give me an estimate of the amount of time they will likely be off? And we would build that into the settlement. If the doctor says, they're very likely to miss 3 months post-surgery, and then I should, under typical terms, be able to clear them after 3 months. Well, you can either wait and see, but if you're at the point where you really waited long enough and you're getting close to a statute of limitations, you want to go ahead and make that demand, you would say it's likely my client will miss 3 weeks of work. The average wage was X dollars per week. So you would seek that as part of the settlement.